Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to show you 5 things that can elevate your piano playing from good to great. Let's talk about it. The first item on our list today is correct your posture. There's a common misconception that keyboard or piano playing is all about the hands, and that's not true, right? Your hands are just part of the overall system that is your body. So let's go over to the piano and we'll dive into this a little bit more. A lot of beginner players tend to sit down at the piano and immediately turn into the Hunchback of Notre Dame. Instead, sit more upright, shoulders back, chest up, and back erect. This is good posture, and this would put a smile on any piano teacher's face. Number 2 on our list is to correct your hands. So we talked about correcting our posture, now it's time to correct our hands. A common thing amongst beginner players is they tend to play with really flat hands or really flat fingers. Especially if they have really long fingernails, then they tend to do that. The more correct way to play is on the tips of your fingers. You really want to use more of the fleshy part of the fingertip. So what I want you to do is this. Take a fist and grab that fist with your other hand. Now remove the fist. That's more or less the shape that you want in your hand. Now it's important to note that you generally don't want your hands to lean too far in any direction. Shoot for having your knuckles stay straight ahead. Also, try to keep your wrists from being too low and too high. Aim for a happy medium. Practicing good hand position is especially important if you want to eventually be able to play fast and clean. Also, since we're talking about correcting our hands, you're going to want to give attention to that first finger knuckle. Try your best to avoid collapsing this knuckle while you play. This can lead to injury over time. It's best to play with a more focused finger and a stronger joint. The third item on our list is relax. If you've ever seen a really proficient and professional keyboard player or piano player perform, you probably noticed how freely they seem to play and how relaxed they seem to be. In order to play at a certain high level, you have to be relaxed. You have to be without tension. Remember, in the first item on our list, I mentioned how there is a whole system at play. Your whole body is involved when playing this instrument. So if there's any tension anywhere, any stress build up somewhere, that's gonna mess you up, all right? That's gonna limit you as far as what you're gonna be able to do in the long term. If it feels beautiful, it is beautiful. So if you put in the work and you're able to relieve that tension and make your playing feel beautiful in your body, in your arms, chances are it's gonna sound that way too. Okay, the fourth thing on our list is to practice with a metronome. One of the most distracting and unpleasant things to listen to when listening to a performance is hearing that there is little to no sense of timing. If you're trying to play a song, perform a piece, whatever, and you are just having a very hard time with your rhythms and staying in time, keeping a steady beat, it's not going to be as pleasant to listen to. Not to mention, if you're auditioning for something, if you're auditioning for a gig and you can't play in time or you can't keep a steady rhythm, you're probably not going to get that gig. So it is so important to practice with a metronome every time. Every time you sit down to play, especially when you sit down to learn a new piece of music, you need to practice with a metronome. It is a must. You be the judge here. Which one of these do you think sounds better? All right, the last thing on our list, the big number 5, is to practice your dynamics. A lot of beginner players or more inexperienced players have the tendency to play really, really loud all the time or really, really soft all the time, right? There's no sense of dynamics there. There's no sense of loudness or amplitude in their playing. So again, practice your dynamics. And one more time, you listen to these 2 examples and you be the judge of what sounds more pleasing. If you found any value from this video, go ahead and like the video below and let me know in the comments if there was something on this list that you probably didn't hear before. Or if there's something that you might add to this list, go ahead and let me know that as well. Hit that subscribe button if you want to stay up to date on all the videos that I'll be posting, because I want to help you take your musical creativity to the next level. Maybe I'll see you playing in Carnegie Hall one day. And speaking of Carnegie Hall, watch this video to see how I got to perform there at 16 years old. That's a wrap. Go make some music.